All right, hey Virgo. So I'm doing a new read for you guys just to check in on what you mean to the person that's on your mind. So we'll see what the dynamic is and all that good stuff. You're going to know this is your read by your energy, how you feel about the person, and the circumstances around the current connection. So if it doesn't resonate, check your moon rising and Venus placements, you guys. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. As always, I do hope you guys will subscribe. All right. Uh, Virgo. Okay, so here's what I feel is coming through with your energy. I do feel like obviously you're thinking about somebody. You could have fire or water in your chart. We have the Elder of Wands, which is in comparison to the King of Wands with the Queen or the King of Cups. All right, so we have King of Wands, King of Cups. Okay, here's what I feel. I almost feel like you guys might have a choice between two people, but we'll see who's coming through here. This chariot card, just if I'm basing it off my intuition and what the picture looks like for this situation, I almost feel like everything's kind of broken down right now at the moment. All right, the chariot in this case, it just looks like a couple of flat tires and maybe it was hit by a car and the car took off and left it there. I don't know. I just feel like it could be a representation of feeling abandoned, lost in the moment right now. Not really sure if it's going anywhere or if we're going to have forward movement here. Okay. I almost feel too, we have two people, two energies. It could be that you're stuck between a choice between two people. But the read that this is going to be intended for is going to be the one that's most prominent on your mind, the one that you think about the most. The person that you are thinking about, how do you feel about them? The Judgment card, I'm sorry, the Hanged Man card, Judgment. The Eight of Cups and the Devil card. All right, so I almost feel like you are thinking about leaving somebody for somebody else. But the prominent energy I feel is coming through is going to be with the one that you are with right now. Okay, now I'm going to see what the circumstance around this connection is, but I just see that you could be torn right now because look at, we have the Devil card coming through. And that's a representation of ego. So I feel like maybe everything right now, the energy is kind of flowed through ego. Everything is happening through your ego body, right? So not really tapping into even the spiritual aspects of here's what I'm going to say. Like, for example, you know that there's God in some way or shape or another. Maybe some of you don't believe in God, but you know that there's a higher power that you could pray to or tap into. All right. And with the Devil card coming through, I just feel maybe that hasn't been done real recently. The Hangman card tells me that you feel like there's some stagnant energy when it comes to the connection. And it could be too that you identify as a king and you're dealing with a king. So it doesn't have to be that you're torn between two, but I feel like you're just like the situation that you're dealing with now right now is not going anywhere. And I do feel like you're kind of contemplating on if you should walk away from it. Okay. So let's just see what the circumstances are for this connection. The Moon card coming through, circumstances with this connection, Five of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Moon card. Okay, so here's what I feel. Okay. Here's what I want to say. Virgo, if you are like married or you are deeply committed to somebody, I almost feel like you quite possibly could have stepped out on this person and like had an affair. And that's not going to be everybody's thing, all right? That's just kind of what I feel for some of you. That could be it. And I don't judge. I don't care what you do as long as you make yourself happy and you don't kick your own ass for it. And don't judge yourself for it. I don't care what you do. As long as it's healthy and safe. But what I feel is coming through with the dynamic of the connection, there's some sadness, all right? The Five of Cups right here tells me that there's some sadness that's in this connection and thinking about the past, right? But it's almost like I kind of feel like you're kicking your own ass about what's behind you. So, I mean, some of you guys could have made a connection with somebody else, but really where your heart is where it's supposed to be with this person. The moon card right here tells me there's some secrets going on here, and the ace of wands tells me that somebody could have taken their love and attention and affection somewhere else, but it's almost like they didn't think before they did it. Okay, the novice of swords is like the knight of swords, and this is somebody who potentially can have the energy to act without thinking. All right, and that's just kind of what I feel is coming through so prominently. So I think I'm just going to keep it where this is at. I feel like somebody stepped out on somebody, and it was done in haste, and it could have been because you guys were having a hiccup, a fight, just a period of stagnation, boredom, whatever, and somebody's attention got pulled somewhere else, and now there's just this negative feeling. The moon card, I feel, is carrying secrets, and the novice of swords is like the knight of swords. I feel like that's in haste, and it's just because of everything that's been transpiring in the connection that you realistically live in. And I feel like you're thinking about this person. I don't feel like you're thinking about anybody new. And even if you didn't have sexual relations with somebody, that's fine. I feel like you feel bad for even maybe taking your thoughts somewhere out of the connection. The vibes that you're giving the person that's on your mind. Death. A 3 of Wands. And the 7 of Cups. So here's what I feel. All right, so okay, the vibes that you give the person that's on your mind. Death card, I do feel it could be that this person feels like maybe the connection's over, it's over with, or it just needs to be transformed. They're aware that something needs to change. Now, the 7 of Cups, I'm not going to say that this person is aware of you talking to anybody or anything, but because the 7 of Cups shows up, it does, it is a cup of having a lot of options, but this also has the potential to be like a sexual energy too. So you guys, I'm just going to say this, like if you guys haven't been having sex with each other, you haven't been getting laid, this person's definitely wondering where you're taking your attention to, even if it's nowhere. All right. I do feel like you are connecting with somebody else, but I don't know the depth of it. Okay, but the 3 of Wands tells me that this person's kind of waiting for some sort of reconciliation or redo, a transformation, the Death card. They don't want to be an option. I feel at this point they're kind of thinking that there might be an option. They might be an option, even if you guys have been together for 3 years or 8 years. This person's kind of feeling the burn of the stagnant relationship. Okay, how do they see you? How do they feel about you? The 4 of Cups. So they're looking at you, even this as a whole thing. They do want to come in. I feel like they do want to come in and address this situation, but I do feel like they're wondering if it's too late. Yeah. The 3 of Swords, heartbroken. So they're kind of going through their own little turmoil right now. And the 10 of Cups in reverse just tells me that they do want happiness, but right now they're not seeing they're not seeing it. They're not seeing it come through, and they don't know if there's going to be a future for that. But let's see what the long-term potential is through their eyes. The 9 of Wands. So the long-term potential through their eyes. This person does not have a lot of hope. All right. Communication definitely needs to happen. The 2 of Cups is supposed to be a representation of soulmate energy, but I feel like it's coming through more as we need to talk about this situation, what's going to happen. The 7 of Swords coming through as long-term potential through their eyes says that there's not going to be a lot of trust that embodies this relationship. And the Hierophant card, I feel conversely of the meaning of it. I do feel like it's a depiction of what's actually going on in the picture, just chaos. More than a little dark night of the soul here, right? Long-term potential coming through. The 9 of Wands comes through, and that's that wounded warrior taking offense to everything that comes through. So I feel like communication is really not very good between you and this person. What should you know about this person? The 6 of Pentacles. The 4 of Swords. What should you know about this person? They're having they're not having a good time right now. All right. Okay, what you should know about them is I feel like if a break kind of comes out of nowhere, I feel like it's needed on this connection because this person has a lot of heavy doubts. They're weighing a lot of negative energy right now. And the Four of Swords coming through tells me that this person does need a break. That you guys need to separate your energy, especially if it's pretty shitty right now. The Six of Pentacles, it does tell me that this person does want to see a fair and balanced, successful, moving forward type of situation here. But it's not fair and balanced right now, and this person feels that, and I'm sure that you feel that same way, Virgo. All right. So let's just see where it's going to go from here. Where does this go from here for Virgo? The Three of Pentacles, the Star card, and the Elemental of Cups. So here's where this is going to go. I do feel you guys are going to be receiving communication, even if you live in the same building or apartment or house. I feel like you guys are going to be talking. Okay, and the talking that's going to come through, I do feel is going to be positive for the most part. But it might even be positive in that we need to take a break and just get away from each other and really reevaluate, reassess, and rethink what's going on here. With the Three of Pentacles, I feel like that's going to bring you guys closer, or it has potential to bring you guys closer, even with that Star card. Even if it's not something that you feel you want right now, Virgo, it's going to come through as a form of fulfillment. So let's just see what happens in the next 30 days. What is the advice? The advice. So the next 30 days, look at that. We have the Initiate of Wands coming through with the Emperor. So this right here tells me that you guys, there's going to be a lot of communication. All right. I feel like there is going to be some sort of foundation that gets rebuilt with this, because I do feel like this is a connection that's been in existence for some time. And I just feel like there's going to be it's like a repaving the road, or resealing, you know, a parking lot. I just feel like there needs to be some seal coat put on it, you guys. But I do feel like in the next 30 days, there's going to be a lot of communication. I see happiness coming through on both ends. All right. But patience is going to be big. And if a break is what you guys come through to on your discussion or your talk, I feel like that's going to be probably one of the best things that you could do, especially if you want to salvage the connection. So if you were like talking to somebody and just kind of entertaining a thought or an idea, I feel like you are, Virgo, I feel like you're already beating yourself up enough. It could be too that this person may have snooped and seen something, or you guys discuss that and they just think you're all out cheating and you're not. I feel once you guys take a break and heal, there's going to be a door that opens, all right, for the communication that you guys actually need to properly have, okay? So let me just pull some initials. And please know that if your initials do not show up here, that's fine, you guys. It could be a passed over loved one talking to you. It could just be that your initials, it's not your turn for your initials to show up here. It's somebody else. But if the read resonates, you guys, you got to take it, okay? We have U, J, L, O, B, P, V, and we got a couple of N's here. All right, you guys, Virgo, if this resonates with you, I do hope that you'll comment or at least like the video. I think I'm going to leave it here, you guys. I love you. Take it easy. Take care.